Michael Olise's name has echoed through Chelsea's transfer corridors like a whisper turning into a war cry. From being a quietly admired talent at Crystal Palace to becoming the centerpiece of a full-blown transfer saga, Olise has now stepped into the spotlight as one of the most intriguing, risky, and potentially revolutionary signings of Chelsea's new era under Enzo Moresca. This is not just a transfer. It's a declaration. Chelsea aren't building for next season, they're designing a blueprint to redefine themselves entirely, and Olise might be the spark that ignites it all. The club's recent history has been turbulent, promising players suffocated under pressure, tactical incoherence, managerial roulette. But Olise doesn't just arrive with flair, he arrives with precision. At just 22, he plays like someone who has read every manual on creativity and then tossed them aside to write his own. Every dribble, every curved pass, every unexpected flick, it's all part of a calculated chaos that defenders struggle to decode. He doesn't play football. He orchestrates it. What makes this transfer even more compelling is the subtle defiance behind it. Chelsea had been watching him for months, nearly sealed him last summer, but Manchester City hovered like sharks. Pochettino wanted him. The board was split. Then came the injury. A torn hamstring. A pause. A silence. Most clubs would have backed off. Chelsea didn't. Instead, they waited. Calculated. They studied the recovery timeline, monitored training intensity, and when the moment was right, struck. This wasn't impulsive. It was engineered. And that engineering fits perfectly with Moresca's vision. While the Premier League obsesses over speed and directness, Moresca wants thinkers. And Olise is a footballing philosopher. His vision isn't just about the next pass, it's about manipulating the shape of a defense 2 moves ahead. He creates not just chances, but options. And in a Chelsea side crying out for unpredictability and incision, he offers both with terrifying consistency. It's not just about goals and assists, though those are impressive on their own. It's about the aura. The way Olise receives the ball with a calmness that suggests he's already solved the puzzle before it's even formed. The way he glides past defenders without sprinting. The way he sees the tiniest windows between lines and turns them into expressways. At Palace, he often looked too elegant for the chaos around him. At Chelsea, that elegance may finally have the structure it needs to thrive. But make no mistake, this move comes with pressure. Stamford Bridge is not forgiving. A £60 million fee, fans hungry for progress, a system still under construction, it's not an easy environment. Yet Olise doesn't carry himself like someone who feels pressure. He walks slowly, speaks softly, and lets his boots do the shouting. He's not here for drama. He's here to play. And Chelsea desperately need his kind of player. For too long, the wings have been Chelsea's battlefield of uncertainty. Madueke has flair but lacks end product consistency. Sterling, though experienced, has struggled with rhythm. Olise enters not just to compete, but to elevate. To bring control to chaos. To offer Moresca a versatile weapon who can cut in from the right, drop into midfield, or overload central spaces depending on the tactical demand. There's also something poetic about the timing. Olise arrives just as Chelsea begins to embrace a more cerebral style of play. Gone are the days of hasty long balls and hopeful crosses. Under Moresca, every movement is planned, every overload rehearsed. And Olise? He thrives in structure because he knows how to bend it without breaking it. He will be given freedom, yes, but with responsibility. And that balance may be what finally unlocks Chelsea's attacking engine. Behind the scenes, there's excitement. Sources inside Cobham speak of a player who is focused, punctual, quietly intense. No diva behavior. No ego. Just headphones, boots, and an obsession with getting better. In training, he stays behind. Works on his weak foot. Practices passes with both pace and spin. He doesn't do things to impress. He does them to improve. This attitude will resonate in a dressing room full of young, impressionable players. For someone like Cole Palmer, Olise is not a rival. He's a partner in creation. Together, they could form one of the most intelligent attacking duos in the league, able to rotate, combine, and dismantle defensive lines with surgical accuracy. Add Liam Delap's movement into the mix, and suddenly, Chelsea don't just have an attack. They have an idea. And that idea is rooted in unpredictability. Imagine a scenario: Palmer drops deep to receive, drawing a defender. Olise drifts inside unnoticed, receives in space, one flick, Delap is through. Goal. These are the patterns Moresca dreams of. Not just movement, but coordination. Not just speed, but timing. And Olise is tailor-made for it. But there will be moments of doubt. He is not immune to them. There will be games where his tricks don't come off. Where the crowd groans. Where social media explodes with judgment. But this is also where Chelsea's shift in culture will be tested. If Moresca and the fans stay patient, if they see the larger picture, then Olise won't just survive. He'll shine. Because the truth is, Chelsea haven't had a player like him in years. Someone who combines grace with grit. Intelligence with flair. Quiet confidence with game-breaking talent. He's not a YouTube highlight merchant. He's a chess player who just happens to wear boots. Injury concerns? They exist. 3 hamstring issues in 2 years are not insignificant. But Chelsea's medical team is not flying blind. They've invested in his recovery the way a master craftsman invests in restoring an ancient blade. Carefully. Precisely. And so far, all signals point to readiness. Controlled training loads. Monitored sprints. Recovery mapping. Every step is calculated. Even off the pitch, Olise signing fits the evolving Chelsea DNA. Young, high-ceiling, high-IQ footballers with resale value, but more than that, with a hunger to be part of something new. Chelsea aren't buying legends. They're building them. And Olise? He has all the tools. The most fascinating part? He still has levels we haven't seen. At Palace, he operated in bursts of brilliance followed by long spells of quiet. But at Chelsea, with better players around him, his influence can stretch across entire halves, entire games, even seasons. This isn't about highlights anymore. It's about legacy. And as Moresca crafts his tactical masterpiece, Olise might just be the brushstroke that turns structure into art. Fans will argue. Pundits will critique. But none of that matters when he's gliding past defenders like they're traffic cones. When he's lofting a pass into Delap's stride with the calm of a magician pulling rabbits. When Stamford Bridge roars not because someone sprinted, but because someone fought faster than everyone else. This is not just a signing. It's a signal. That Chelsea, for all the chaos of the past, are now guided by clarity. By vision. By control. Michael Olise didn't just choose Chelsea. He chose to become part of a new football language. And very soon, the Premier League might be forced to learn how to speak it.